Khavasbek, ASADULLAEV making his way to the ring, and again another fighter joining us from Uzbekistan and from the same hometown as Fakirov, a fighter we have just seen pull off a second consecutive away corner win tonight for Uzbekistan. ASADULLAEV 3-0, boxed internationally as an amateur, goes to the 2022 Asian Championships. In February actually chalked up a win against Marco Verdi by split decision at a tournament in Spain that he won, the Boxan. Verdi went on to win an Olympic silver medal. His 3 pro fights have been above welterweight, but they may well have been same-day weigh-ins, which would explain why it's been up nearer 160 than 147. But he hasn't been in the pro ring for a good while. It was June 2022 the last time we saw him in this kind of setting.
Дамы и господа, приветствуйте на пути в золотой угол ринга. Боксер из Каспийска, Дагестан, Россия, Вадим Мусаев!
Vadim MUSAEV of Russia, 10-0. Like ASADULLAEV has waged campaigns as a pro and in the amateurs at the same time, as many fighters do now. The first time I saw him ringside was at the World Championships in 2021. He got a silver, losing in the final at 71 kilos to Yuri Zakariev of Ukraine. Zakariev was superb in that tournament. He'd won World Youth Gold earlier that year and then won World Senior Gold. On the side, won a gold at the Strandja that year as well, and a few months later, in fact in 2022, I was lucky enough to be at that competition. And as a pro, everything has gone his way. He's done everything that has been expected of him. He's lost the odd round, but not too many. He's yet really to be tested. 4 fights this year, the latest a 4th round stoppage in August for the WBA Asia welterweight title. So he will be the favourite heading into this contest, but as we've seen so far tonight,
Дамы и господа, нас ожидает 6 раундов бокса весовой категории до 67 килограммов. Рефери поединка Мария Петкович, Сербия. Первым представляю боксера в черном углу ринга. Ему 25 лет, рост 176 сантиметров, официальный вес 66 килограммов и 950 граммов. Мастер спорта международного класса, чемпион Узбекистана, чемпион Азии, победитель игр БРИКС с профессиональным рекордом 3 боя, 3 победы, 2 из них нокаутом. Из Андижана, Узбекистан, по прозвищу Гладиатор, Khavasbek ASADULLAEV! Его соперник в золотом углу, 31 год. Его рост 178 сантиметров, а вес 66,7 килограмма. Он чемпион России, финалист чемпионата мира с безупречным рекордом. 10 боев, 10 побед, 7 из них нокаутом. Из Каспийска, Дагестан, Россия, заслуженный мастер спорта Вадим Мусаев!
Здравствуйте.
Final checks from our referee. MUSAEV in the gold corner in the white.
On this way.
ASADULLAEV in the black.
Listen to my commands. Keep your head up, no holding, no low blows. Touch your gloves. Good luck.
Maria Petkovic in charge of this one. Youth on the side there of ASADULLAEV. And again, this promises to be another good matchup. Two undefeated fighters. MUSAEV offering that lead hand to his opponent at the start of the fight. He's in the white, boxing out of the southpaw stance. Another southpaw coming out of the black corner as well in ASADULLAEV. Looking for the 1-2 nice and early there. MUSAEV, and really tried to put something on it too. A jab just about got through there from ASADULLAEV. That backhand
Head up in black.
is already being thrown with some serious attempts there by MUSAEV. Did well to get in nice and close there, ASADULLAEV, who's slightly unorthodox in the way that he moves. He's quite jerky in style as he comes forward often, but dips those knees and rolls underneath the jab there. He's going to need that kind of movement to get close enough to let his hands go, which he managed to do there, but then just slightly closed his own space down. Looking for the uppercut on the inside there, ASADULLAEV. MUSAEV cannot afford to neglect that jab, because ASADULLAEV will move in and take that space. Lead right hand there from ASADULLAEV. That landed midway through round one, and this has been an interesting round already. MUSAEV started full of confidence, looking to put some real mustard on that left hand, that southpaw left hand, but ASADULLAEV has managed to get a little bit tighter, a little bit closer, and I think again this could be a really interesting fight. MUSAEV just touching with that lead hand. He needs to pump that lead hand out, because ASADULLAEV is going to keep coming in on him, and he gets tight there, and he's getting close. He's getting on top of MUSAEV too easily here, I would say, if I was in that MUSAEV corner. Just quickens up those feet there, ASADULLAEV. Again, gets into good range there, just lets his hands go. MUSAEV digs his own toes in and works those hands really to try and keep ASADULLAEV off him more than anything else. Final 30 seconds of round one. Came in behind the jab there, ASADULLAEV, just dips through that left hand over the top. And after a good start, I think MUSAEV has been knocked back onto his heels a bit here. Flicking with the jab there, the Russian fighter. I think he needs to just plant that lead hand out a little bit more. Bell goes at the end of round one, and well, we've got another good match here.
Спонсор сегодняшнего вечера косметическая компания Алимпет. Алимпет – это широкие линии, большие коэффициенты, кэшбэки реальным деньгам и умопомрачительные розыгрыши. Регистрируйся и погружайся в мир спорта на полную. Твоя первая ставка уже застрахована.
Just working on the inside there, ASADULLAEV. And there's that head movement, that's good head movement. Didn't manage to land the right hand. MUSAEV just about got through with his left, and there's a good juddering left hand from MUSAEV. But there wasn't much in that opening round. MUSAEV made a good start. After that, it was ASADULLAEV who muscled his way in on him and made things extremely uncomfortable at times.
Box.
Almost getting caught by the right hand there, MUSAEV. When they get into that mid-range and they both let go, if one of them lands clean, then the other one is going down, because they're both looking for those big hooks. ASADULLAEV is one of these guys who boxes out of a crouch. He's not the tallest and certainly doesn't box tall. You look at him dip his knees there, but he's got long arms. Again, in and out with the feet there, ASADULLAEV, and that's clever. He's just messing with the distance there of MUSAEV. You see him there, that's a great view of it. Comes in behind the jab, really got underneath the shoulder of that jab. Keeping that head low. Stylistically, he's difficult. Well, he ends up on his backside there, but there's no knockdown signal by the referee. I think that's correct. I didn't see anything really land there. That's decent from MUSAEV. Varied up the weight of punch, the third finishing punch of the combination, the heaviest. A pair of them just swapping left hands. MUSAEV has found that distance a little bit better in this second round. I think he's just taken a half step back as ASADULLAEV has come forward and managed to give himself a bit more room. And ASADULLAEV, given that that's the case, has got to try and drive him back and then drive him back again. Two phases of attack, see if he can push him back onto the ropes. Good jab from ASADULLAEV. Well into the final minute of round two, and it's been ASADULLAEV who's been taking the centre of the ring. Again, big expulsion of air there from him as he puts that effort into the lead right hook. MUSAEV has picked some decent shots as the Uzbek has been coming forward. That's a lovely combination at the end of the round. Perfect distance on it.
Step back.
ASADULLAEV looking to finish strong there. I don't think that left hand really got through clean off the back of the right, but again, a good round. MUSAEV not moving all that well as he goes back to the corner there. I think ASADULLAEV might have quite heavy hands because I get the feeling from looking at MUSAEV that he's feeling these shots from ASADULLAEV, even if they're not really landing all that clean. Shots that hit gloves, cause the gloves to cannon into the face or that are half blocked, they still register, they still have an effect. Just plants that lead foot wide and looks at that big winging overhand left. He claimed a knockdown briefly there, MUSAEV, and there's that jab from ASADULLAEV. And a nice 1-2 straight down the middle. When you look at the dynamic of the fight, it's ASADULLAEV who looks like the boss in there out of these two. And again at the start of round three, straight onto the front foot, the fighter in black. And this is by far the most competitive fight that MUSAEV has been in his career up until this point. As I said, everything has gone his way up until now, and this is different. He's going to have to really dig in here. He could be 2 rounds down here. And there's that jab. He just shoots it up from the waist, but every now and again does get those gloves up to try and defend himself, ASADULLAEV. And again, he's going after MUSAEV here. Good left hand there from ASADULLAEV. He's just turned the heat up here, the Uzbek, in round 3. He's looking to put a dent in MUSAEV here, I think, if he can. Decent left hand into the body there from MUSAEV, but there's just no respite for him. He turned around that front foot nicely there to evade ASADULLAEV, but again, he's just all over him like a rash here, ASADULLAEV. He really is. MUSAEV throws a 1-2 and steps off to his right-hand side, but there's not much in these punches. Good jab again there from ASADULLAEV, who just pours forward.
No holding. Stop. Stop.
Just short with the jab hand there, MUSAEV. ASADULLAEV throws that left hand, just tries to turn the hand over as he looks for the chin there of MUSAEV, doesn't quite manage to find it.
Stop. Head up. Box.
That's a good counter left hand there from MUSAEV.
Stop. Box.
Final 30 seconds of round 3, the schedule for 6. So ticking up to the halfway stage. ASADULLAEV just so full of energy.
Head up.
MUSAEV really just having to do everything he can to keep ASADULLAEV off here. Broad grin from Uzbek fighter as he makes his way back to his corner at the end of round 3. And he is in the ascendancy here. And could we be heading for another away corner win?
Все жестко, легкий удар и передняя рука, забываешь передняя рука постоянно, передняя рука, передняя, останови его передней, потом бей, снизу по корпусу и по голове, мало бьешь по корпусу, мало по голове снизу проходит, левый не проходит,
Almost takes himself off his feet.
надо покатал, снизу поднял, боковым закончил, снизу поднял, боковым закончил, все.
There was that counter left hand from MUSAEV, who has not been without his successes.
Step back, please. Black. Head up. Hold. Head up.
So into the second half of the fight, the bell goes for the beginning of the 4th round here. That's better from MUSAEV, just looking to try and put his hands together there. It's not long before ASADULLAEV, again with that muscular kind of approach, just steps wide and looks to really heave that right hand in.
Stop. Box. Head up, Black.
Short with the left hand there, ASADULLAEV, but got the guard back up nice and quick. He needs this round, MUSAEV, I think. At halfway, I would place him 3 rounds down. In terms of clean punching, so maybe hasn't been a great deal between the two of them, but the greater volume has come from ASADULLAEV, and the greater power, punch-wise and also physically, I think is with him. MUSAEV again finishes a combination there with a decent-looking left hand, but as soon as he finishes punching, ASADULLAEV is just right back on top of him.
Heads up, heads up.
Again, there's that winging left hand, he slings it in. Sometimes it's a little bit of a slap, lead right hook there from ASADULLAEV. Good long left hand there from ASADULLAEV. really shot that down the middle. And again, a big smile from ASADULLAEV. His engine is impressive. He's worked very, very hard right from the start of this fight, and he's just never allowed that tempo to drop. Not at all. A laboured-looking left hand there from MUSAEV. Some nifty footwork there from ASADULLAEV, and then steps into a jab. Decent work to the body there from MUSAEV.
No holding. Stop. 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 Stop.
So 2 to go here, and I think we could well have another away corner win on our hands. We've had 2 so far tonight already. He's 3-0 going into this fight. Good credentials as an amateur. MUSAEV with excellent credentials of his own as an amateur, and 10-0 as a pro, but as a pro, as I've been saying, haven't really been tested. He is certainly being tested tonight. It was a good combination from MUSAEV, a couple of well-placed punches there. But with a couple of rounds to go, for me, MUSAEV has got more to do with the 2 here. He's got to keep using that lead, and MUSAEV, as ASADULLAEV just looks to try and move in on him, even if it's like he used it there, without any great power. Just give him something to think about, because ASADULLAEV will wait for just a dip in that output, and he will come straight in on you. You've got to be busy with your hands all of the time. You cannot just let him walk in. But again, he's clever with the feet there, ASADULLAEV. We had a really good look at it in the previous round where he's just in and out. He changes the position of that front foot. The back foot often just stays exactly where it is, so he's actually exactly where he's always been, but moving the position of the front foot will make him look closer or further away.
Head up. Stop. Stop. Listen to me. Keep your head up. Box.
Good left hand there from MUSAEV. That was really good. He committed to that. Through the jab. Followed straight through off the back of it. And he needs more of that. He needs more of that in these final 2 rounds. More of that kind of commitment and conviction with his punching. Because you get that from ASADULLAEV every single time he throws everything. MUSAEV picked a couple of good shots there and then just rolled off to his left. Managed to counter ASADULLAEV there too, as ASADULLAEV just reached too far with that big overhand left. MUSAEV just with a little bit of a bounce in his step now. And again, just piles in behind that 1-2.
Break! Break! Stop! Break! Step back! Box!
He's having a good second half of the round here, MUSAEV. That's good movement from MUSAEV. Closing stages.
Stop! Not holding. Stop!
Well, I'd give him that round, Vadim MUSAEV. By my reckoning, he absolutely needs to take this final one as well to give himself a chance.
тебе не такой быстрый. Надо его раскачать. Чистый, раскачать, разболтать. Пиши, голова туда. Не старайся жестко, быстро, точно. Внимательно. Обман нужен сейчас, обман.
See the scuffing around the left eye there, and the trainer is really just giving him a G up there. And for me, when I said to give himself a chance, he needs to win this final round. That really is on my card to give himself a chance of a draw. It's a good one too.
No holding, no touching.
Sixth and final round, and again this has been a really good fight, a really entertaining fight. Vadim MUSAEV of Russia in the white, Khavasbek, ASADULLAEV of Uzbekistan in the black. Uzbekistan have had 2 wins out of the away corner tonight already. It's been a terrific card this so far. Very competitive fights right from the start. Well matched.
No holding. Break.
From what I've seen of the nights I've commentated on Champions Nights in recent times, there are not going to be any gimmies, which is exactly as it should be. He really set his feet and launched into that left hand there, MUSAEV. ASADULLAEV, for the first time in a long time, is just slightly, not reluctant exactly to let his hands go, but just a little bit more aware of what's coming back. Earlier in the fight at times he wasn't remotely bothered about what was coming back in his direction, and that is a difficult spot to find yourself in if you're the opponent. You've got to be able to get your opponent's respect, and at times ASADULLAEV I don't think really had too much respect for MUSAEV's punching ability. I think that might have changed towards the end here. Again, a solid looking left hand, and then he stepped off to his left there, MUSAEV.
Stop. Box. No holding.
And if he could take this final round, MUSAEV, and I would give it to him so far,
Right. No
then he's
holding.
finished strong.
Box.
Out of those first 4,
No holding.
I would say that the visitor ASADULLAEV had the better of those 4.
Box.
To a tune of 3 rounds to 1, maybe even 4-0,
Stop.
from what I've been seeing.
Boxers. No wrestling.
So into the final minute, it's been a bit messy at times, round 6. The work rate has dipped of ASADULLAEV in the last couple.
Stop. Box. Holding. Break.
So final few seconds. MUSAEV tries to haul in behind that left hand again. Doesn't quite land it this time, but a decent 1-2 to finish things off with on the bell there. And no great reaction from either corner. They look quietly confident over in that Uzbek corner, and I would say that they have reason to. But he didn't finish the fight particularly well there, ASADULLAEV. MUSAEV, I thought you could give him those last 2, but maybe nothing before that. I would say that that's an ASADULLAEV win myself. He threw that all night long, but that time he didn't quite land it, and MUSAEV, although he didn't get through super clean with the counter combination, did land one of them. Well, Samanig's largely responsible for the good matches that we have seen so far tonight. 2 men, largely responsible.
Sorry. Can I look the gloves?
Дамы и господа, прежде чем мы узнаем имя победителя, давайте поблагодарим обоих боксеров за этот яркий и красивый бокс. Итак, в этом бою большинством судейских голосов победу по очкам одержал боксер из черного угла Khavasbek.
So it's a third away corner win, and again a worthy winner there, Khavasbek, ASADULLAEV. I think the judges have got all three of these absolutely right. They couldn't get the first one wrong because it was a stoppage, but fights 2 and 3, points wins for the away corner. And for me, I think he won those first 4 rounds. MUSAEV, I think, got back into it towards the end. Maybe he just let that work rate drop in those last couple. ASADULLAEV, he set a fearsome pace. He was probably just starting to feel it a bit, but he got on top of his man early and never really let him off the hook in the early stages. And when the momentum goes against you like that, as it did for MUSAEV, it's very difficult to get it back. And that proved to be the case. He was claiming a knockdown there, MUSAEV. It wasn't forthcoming from the referee. And the first professional defeat there for Vadim MUSAEV. 10 and over 14.